Imagine a land where the golden sun kisses endless beaches, where emerald jungles hide ancient secrets, and where mountain mists dance around tea-covered hills. A land where cultures collide, where history breathes through stone ruins, and where every step you take feels like stepping into another time, another world. Welcome to Sri Lanka, a shimmering drop in the Indian Ocean, small in size but colossal in wonder. An island where every turn of the road reveals a new paradise. Every sunrise brings new adventures, and every sunset paints dreams across the sky. In this breathtaking journey, we'll uncover the hidden gems, timeless temples, and pristine landscapes that make Sri Lanka one of the most mesmerizing places on Earth. Prepare yourself. This is not just a vacation, this is a journey into the heart of paradise. Our voyage begins in Colombo, Sri Lanka's vibrant, beating heart. Colombo is a city of contrasts, where ancient temples rub shoulders with glass skyscrapers, and where colonial memories linger in the shadow of modern ambition. As your plane descends, the first sight of Colombo is mesmerizing, a glittering web of lights fringed by the endless Indian Ocean. Start your exploration at the chaotic Peta Market, a labyrinth of alleys bursting with life. Vendors shout in rapid-fire Sinhala and Tamil as they sell fragrant spices, vibrant saris, intricate jewelry, and exotic fruits stacked in dazzling pyramids. Amid the chaos, the scent of curry leaves, cardamom, and roasting peanuts fills the air. It's overwhelming, it's exhilarating, it's Colombo in its purest form. Just a few minutes away, find Serenity at the Gangaramaya Temple, a place where the chaos fades into chanting monks' incense smoke and the golden glow of 100 Buddhas. The temple isn't just a place of worship, it's a living museum of Sri Lankan culture, spirituality, and artistry. End your day at Galle Green, a sprawling oceanfront promenade. As the sun melts into the Indian Ocean, locals gather to fly kites, play cricket, and enjoy the world-famous street food. Try spicy iso wade, crispy prawn fritters sizzling on open grills. Standing there with the warm sea breeze on your face and the scent of salt and spices in the air, you realize this is not the beginning of a trip, it's the beginning of a love story. A few hours' drive south brings us to Galle, a place where time seems to have paused, preserving the elegance of centuries past. The heart of Galle is its magnificent fort, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Built by the Portuguese, strengthened by the Dutch, and lovingly preserved by Sri Lankans, the fort is a world unto itself. Wander through narrow, cobbled streets lined with whitewashed villas, art galleries, antique shops, and cozy cafes where the scent of fresh roasted coffee drifts through the air. The blend of European architecture and South Asian vibrancy creates a timeless, dreamlike atmosphere. Climb the old ramparts where cannon once defended against invaders. Today, lovers sit hand in hand watching the sun slip behind the ocean, casting golden light on the ancient stones. Children play cricket on the fort lawns, their laughter echoing against walls that have witnessed battles, storms, and centuries of change. Don't rush. Every corner of Galle Fort tells a story. From the majestic Dutch Reformed church to the stately lighthouse guiding ships home, Galle invites you to slow down, to listen, and to lose yourself in its quiet magic. As we continue our journey along the south coast, the scenery changes. And suddenly, the world softens into a dreamscape of palms, sands, and endless blue. Welcome to Mirissa, a beach so beautiful it feels like a secret, whispered by the ocean itself. Spend your days lounging under coconut palms where time flows with the rhythm of the waves. The golden sand is soft and warm beneath your feet, the turquoise water beckons for a swim, and every breath you take feels lighter, sweeter, freer. But Mirissa is more than a beach paradise. It's a gateway to some of the world's most incredible marine experiences. Board a small boat just before sunrise and venture into the deep blue waters, where the largest creatures on Earth, blue whales, glide silently beneath the waves. Seeing these gentle giants breach the surface is a moment that will stay etched into your soul forever. As night falls, Mirissa's beachfront cafes come alive with laughter, live music, and candlelight flickering against the ocean breeze. Order a plate of fresh grilled fish, sip on a tropical cocktail, and let the starlit sky remind you that sometimes the best moments in life are the simplest ones. Just a short ride from Galle lies Unawatuna, a crescent-shaped beach so serene it almost feels like it belongs to another world. Unlike the more crowded beaches of Asia, Unawatuna remains blissfully peaceful. Here, fishermen still cast their nets at dawn, turtles still come ashore to nest under the stars, and the sunsets, oh the sunsets, are pure poetry. For the adventurous, a short hike through lush forest brings you to Jungle Beach, a secluded cove where emerald waters lap against powdery white sand, framed by towering cliffs. Snorkel among coral reefs teeming with vibrant fish. Sip fresh king coconut straight from the shell, or simply lay back and let the waves lull you into a blissful trance. In Unawatuna, the world slows to the gentle heartbeat of the sea. Continuing eastward, we reach Tangalle, a hidden gem still untouched by mass tourism. Here the beaches stretch for miles, wild and wide, kissed by powerful waves and framed by swaying palms. The crowds are few, the silence profound, and the connection to nature almost spiritual. Explore the Rakawa Turtle Conservation Project, where at night, under the pale light of the moon, you can witness endangered sea turtles laboring onto the beach to lay their eggs. A primordial ritual older than memory. Wander into the countryside, where paddy fields shimmer in the sunlight and water buffalo graze lazily under the shade of banyan trees. In Tangalle, the spirit of Sri Lanka is raw, untouched, and heartbreakingly beautiful. Leaving the coast behind, we ascend into Sri Lanka's lush central highlands, where the air turns crisp, and the landscapes shift into an endless sea of green. Welcome to Ella, a sleepy village surrounded by towering peaks, cascading waterfalls, and endless tea fields. The journey to Ella is just as magical as the destination itself. Hop aboard the famous blue train from Kandy, and let yourself be swept into a real-life painting. The train snakes through mist-shrouded forests, past endless rows of tea plantations across arched stone bridges, and through villages where smiling children wave as you pass by. Begin your day with a hike to Little Adams Peak. The trail is easy, but the reward at the summit is nothing short of spectacular. Rolling hills carpeted in emerald tea bushes, valleys draped in mist, and the distant silhouette of Ella Rock standing proudly against the horizon. Walk to the legendary Nine Arches Bridge, an architectural marvel surrounded by thick jungle. If you're lucky, you'll witness the slow approach of the blue train as it crosses the bridge, a moment so enchanting it feels almost unreal. After a day of exploration, unwind with a cup of freshly brewed Ceylon tea at one of the cozy cafes perched on the hillsides, as the sun sinks behind the mountains in a final blaze of gold. Deeper into the highlands lies Nuwara Eliya, affectionately known as Little England. Nestled among rolling hills and blanketed in cool mist, this colonial town feels like it was plucked straight out of the English countryside and placed lovingly into the heart of Sri Lanka. Stroll through Victoria Park, where carefully tended flower beds burst into vibrant color and the cool air smells of pine and fresh earth. Visit the Hill Club, a colonial-era gentlemen's club frozen in time, where high tea is still served on manicured lawns. But the soul of Nuwara Eliya lies beyond its town center, among the endless tea fields that stretch over the hills like a soft green ocean. Visit a working tea estate like Pedro Tea Estate or Labukeli, where you can walk among the rows of Camellia sinensis plants, learn the secrets of tea making and sip some of the finest brews you'll ever taste, delicate, fragrant, and rich with the essence of the mountains. Wander down to Lake Gregory, where the still waters reflect the surrounding peaks like a mirror. Take a boat ride under the misty skies, and for a moment, you'll forget you're in the tropics at all. An early morning adventure takes you to Horton Plains National Park, a windswept plateau unlike anything else in Sri Lanka. Walk along misty trails lined with wildflowers, through strange cloud forests where twisted trees wear moss like coats, and open grasslands where sambar deer graze silently in the morning light. The path leads to World's End, a jaw-dropping 880-meter cliff that drops almost vertically into the tea country below. On a clear day, you can see all the way to the southern coastline, a view so vast it seems to swallow the sky. Nearby, the Baker's Falls cascade down black rock faces, their thunderous roar echoing through the silent plains. The walk across Horton Plains is more than a hike. It's a pilgrimage to the very edge of the world. As night falls, the real adventure begins. Travel to the sacred mountain of Sri Pada, also known as Adam's Peak, a pilgrimage site revered by Buddhists, Hindus, Christians, and Muslims alike. The climb begins in the darkness, guided only by moonlight and the flickering lamps carried by hundreds of other pilgrims. Step after step, heartbeat after heartbeat, you ascend the 5,500 stone steps winding up the steep mountain slopes. And then, at the summit, as dawn begins to break, you witness something truly divine. The sky shifts from black to deep indigo, then explodes into fiery reds, oranges, and golds as the sun rises over the horizon. A perfect triangular shadow of the mountain casts itself onto the plains below, a mystical phenomenon that locals revere as the footprint of the Buddha himself, or of Adam, depending on your faith. In that moment, standing among strangers who feel like family, the struggles of the climb fall away, and you're left with nothing but awe, gratitude, and a sense of belonging to something far greater than yourself. Descending from the heights, we reach Kandy, the cultural heart of Sri Lanka. Encircled by lush hills and centered around a tranquil lake, Kandy is a city steeped in tradition, spirituality, and pride. At the heart of Kandy lies the Sri Dalada Maligawa, the temple of the sacred tooth relic, one of Buddhism's most sacred sites. Inside, housed within golden caskets, is believed to be a tooth of the Buddha himself. Visit during the evening ceremony, when monks clad in saffron robes chant ancient prayers, and the smell of burning jasmine and lotus flowers fills the air. The atmosphere is thick with devotion, and the temple's golden interiors seem to shimmer with otherworldly light. Wander through the Royal Botanical Gardens in Peradeniya, where towering palm avenues, orchid houses, and ancient banyan trees offer a peaceful escape. As the sun sets behind the hills and Kandy streets come alive with the gentle sounds of drums and temple bells, you'll understand why this city holds such a sacred place in the hearts of Sri Lankans. Deep in the heart of Sri Lanka's cultural triangle rises a site so surreal, it feels plucked from mythology. Sigiriya. This colossal rock fortress towers nearly 200 meters above the surrounding jungles, its flat summit crowned with the ruins of an ancient palace. Carved by King Kashyapa in the 5th century, Sigiriya is not merely an architectural wonder, It's a testament to the dreams, fears, and ambitions of an ancient world. The climb to the top is an adventure in itself. Start by wandering through the Royal Water Gardens, a sophisticated network of pools, fountains, and symmetrical pathways still perfectly aligned after centuries. Then, ascend narrow staircases, winding along sheer rock faces, past the famous mirror wall, once polished so brightly that the king could see his reflection, and the ethereal frescoes of the Sigiriya maidens, delicate paintings that have survived the ravages of time. At the Lion's Gate, colossal carved paws mark the final ascent. Beyond them, a vertiginous climb brings you to the summit, where panoramic views stretch endlessly in every direction, a sea of green broken only by distant mountains. Up there, amid the ruins of palaces, baths, and throne rooms, the whispers of a forgotten kingdom dance in the wind. Sigiriya isn't just a place you visit, it's a place you feel, in your breath, your heartbeat, your soul. Not far from Sigiriya lies another treasure, the Dambulla cave temples, a marvel of faith and artistry nestled within a massive rock outcrop. 5 sacred caves hold a collection of over 150 statues of Buddha, their serene faces illuminated by shafts of golden light. The walls and ceilings are adorned with intricate murals, depicting scenes from the Buddha's life, painted in vivid colors that have endured for more than 2,000 years. As you move from cave to cave, the air grows heavy with incense and devotion. The silence is profound, broken only by the soft shuffle of bare feet and the distant hum of chanting monks. Step outside, and you're rewarded with sweeping views of the surrounding countryside, rolling hills, shimmering lakes, and distant mountain ranges under a wide open sky. Further into the cultural triangle, the ruins of Polonnaruwa await, silent yet alive with the echoes of a once great civilization. In the 11th century, Polonnaruwa was the thriving capital of Sri Lanka, a city of glittering palaces, grand halls, and towering stupas. Today, its remains stretch across a sun-dappled plain, a hauntingly beautiful testament to human creativity and resilience. Rent a bicycle and glide through the ancient city beneath the shade of banyan trees and along quiet dirt paths. Stop to marvel at the quadrangle, a sacred complex of exquisitely carved monuments. Stand before the Lankatalaka, an enormous standing Buddha framed by towering brick walls. At the Galle Vihara, encounter some of the most extraordinary Buddhist sculptures in the world. 4 massive statues carved from a single slab of granite radiating peace and stillness, so powerful it transcends centuries. Travel even further back in time to Anuradhapura, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities on Earth, and a place where spirituality seeps from every stone. Founded in the 4th century BCE, Anuradhapura was a glittering metropolis of kings and monks, a center of Buddhist devotion that shaped the destiny of the island for over a millennium. Today, its vast complex of ancient stupas, monasteries and royal pools sprawls across lush parklands where sacred bow trees cast dappled shadows over ancient stone. Stand before the Udawalawe, a massive white stupa that gleams against the sky, revered by Buddhists across the world. Visit the sacred Sri Mahabodhi, a Bodhi tree grown from a cutting of the very tree under which the Buddha attained enlightenment, and the oldest living human-planted tree in recorded history. Here, ancient faith remains vibrantly alive. Pilgrims clad in white move silently between shrines bearing lotus flowers and oil lamps. Chants rise and fall like a living heartbeat. A short drive from Anuradhapura brings you to Mihintale, the cradle of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. It was here, on a rocky hilltop, that King Devanampiya Tissa first met the Buddhist monk Mahinda in the 3rd century BCE, forever changing the course of Sri Lankan history. Today, pilgrims climb the 1,840 stone steps that lead to the summit, passing crumbling ruins, sacred stupas, and serene statues along the way. At the top, the reward is not just a panoramic view of forests and fields stretching to the horizon. It's the feeling of standing at the intersection of earth and heaven, of past and present, of faith and freedom. The breeze carries the scent of jasmine and the soft murmur of prayers, and for a moment the world seems to fall away, leaving only peace. To complete this sacred journey, visit the Aukana Buddha, a colossal 12-meter-high statue carved from a single block of granite. Standing gracefully against the open sky, with a faint smile playing across his lips, this ancient Buddha exudes a sense of calm and compassion so powerful that even the passing centuries seem to bow in reverence. The detail is astonishing. The folds of the robe, the gentle curve of the hands, the serenity of the gaze. It's said that rainwater flowing down the statue never touches the face, a testament to the perfection of its craftsmanship. In the shadow of the Aukana Buddha, time, noise, and worry fade into silence. Far to the north, beyond the ancient cities and jungle plains, lies Jaffna, a vibrant land with a spirit unlike any other place on the island. Emerging from decades of conflict, Jaffna stands proud, a region reborn with resilience, culture, and deep-rooted traditions. Explore the imposing Jaffna Fort, originally built by the Portuguese and later expanded by the Dutch. Wander along its crumbling ramparts where views stretch out over a bright blue lagoon dotted with fishing boats. Discover the colorful, bustling streets of Jaffna town, where Hindu temples painted in brilliant blues, yellows, and pinks tower into the sky. The most famous, Nallur Kandaswamy Koval, thrums with devotion and energy. Visit during puja or prayer ceremonies to witness a whirlwind of drumming, chanting, and fragrant clouds of incense rising into the heavens. Jaffna's cuisine is another adventure waiting to be savored. Feast on aromatic crab curry, doses crisp from the griddle, and fiery sambals that ignite the senses. In Jaffna, you don't just visit, you connect deeply and profoundly with a culture that has endured, adapted, and blossomed against all odds. Journeying eastward, the turquoise shores of Trincomalee welcome you with arms wide open. Known as one of the finest natural harbors in the world, Trincomalee offers a coastline of breathtaking beauty and spiritual depth. Begin at Udawalawe Beach, a stretch of soft white sand kissed by crystalline waters. Here, the sea is warm, the waves gentle, and the horizon endless. Take a short boat ride to Pigeon Island National Park, a marine sanctuary where coral gardens bloom beneath the waves and colorful fish dart through the underwater wonderland. Snorkeling here feels like stepping into another dimension, where life bursts in every shade imaginable. Visit the ancient Konaswaram Temple, perched dramatically atop Swami Rock. Legend says the temple was built by King Ravana himself, and the sweeping views from the cliffs feel appropriately divine, a breathtaking fusion of sky, land, and sea. In Trincomalee, nature and legend blend so seamlessly it's impossible to tell where the earth ends and myth begins. Further down Sri Lanka's east coast, a different rhythm awaits. Arugam Bay is a sleepy, sun-drenched village famous for its world-class surf breaks, bohemian spirit, and endless golden beaches. Here, time stretches and softens. Mornings start with lazy strolls along the beach, the air heavy with the scent of salt and frangipani. Days melt into afternoons spent riding the waves, exploring hidden lagoons, or simply sipping fresh coconut water under the shade of a palm. Beyond the surf, adventure beckons inland. Take a tuk-tuk ride into the surrounding countryside to discover the ancient ruins of Muhudu Maha Viharaya, or embark on a safari through Kumana National Park, where wild elephants, crocodiles, and exotic birds roam free. In Arugam Bay, life simplifies, and in that simplicity, you find pure joy. Heading south once again, the landscape transforms into a rugged wilderness where nature reigns supreme. Welcome to Yala National Park, Sri Lanka's premier safari destination. Board an open-top jeep at dawn and venture into a world where the rarest of encounters await. Here, the elusive Sri Lankan leopard prowls through the brush, slinking silently between shadows and light. Elephants lumber through the golden grasses, majestic and unhurried. Crocodiles bask on muddy riverbanks, and eagles soar on rising thermals above. The sheer diversity of life in Yala is astounding, from the tiny spotted deer grazing in clearings to the flamboyant peacocks fanning their jewel-toned tails in dazzling displays. The best moments in Yala are often silent, a leopard's steady gaze from the undergrowth, the first glint of dawn over a misty waterhole, the rustle of unseen life in the dense jungle beyond. Here, you are no longer a visitor. You are part of the wild, if only for a fleeting, unforgettable moment. Not far from Yala lies another treasure, Udawalawe National Park, a sanctuary for Sri Lanka's gentle giants. Home to large herds of wild elephants, Udawalawe offers an intimate glimpse into the daily lives of these magnificent creatures. Watch as baby elephants splash joyfully in watering holes, while wise old matriarchs guide their families through the open grasslands. See water buffalo grazing lazily, sambar deer bounding through the tall grasses, and vibrant bee-eaters flashing through the skies. The open landscapes of Udawalawe, with its shimmering reservoirs and dusty plains, provide some of the most photogenic safari scenes in all of Asia. In Udawalawe, the world is wild, beautiful, and humbling. For a final change of scenery, we plunge into the emerald embrace of Sinharaja Forest Reserve, Sri Lanka's last surviving stretch of virgin rainforest. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, Sinharaja pulses with life at every level. Trek through a world where towering trees form a green cathedral above vines twist like serpents, and every leaf, every puddle, every crevice hides secrets. Vividly colored frogs, elusive leopards, troops of purple-faced langurs swinging through the canopy, and a symphony of rare birds filling the air with their songs. The forest floor is alive with the scent of damp earth, the soft whisper of falling leaves, and the sudden flash of wings and fur. In Sinharaja, you realize how precious, fragile, and fiercely alive our world truly is. Before we leave Sri Lanka, one final indulgence awaits: the secret beaches scattered along the southern coast, where the ocean still whispers to those willing to listen. Explore Hiriketiya, a perfect horseshoe bay framed by palms and hidden from the world. Find Silent Beach, where the only sounds are the waves kissing the shore and the distant cries of seabirds. Venture to Talala, where the beach stretches empty and golden, curving out of sight like a promise kept just for you. From bustling cities to ancient temples, misty mountains to untouched beaches, Sri Lanka is more than a destination. It's a world unto itself. A world of colors, flavors, legends, and dreams. A world where every sunrise brings wonder and every sunset leaves you breathless. If you've fallen in love with Sri Lanka, even just a little, imagine how much more is waiting when you experience it for yourself. Subscribe to our channel today for more breathtaking journeys across the world. Hit that like button, leave a comment telling us your dream destination in Sri Lanka, and join our growing family of travelers and dreamers. Adventure awaits, and we can't wait to share.